This method, it's at the top, is called difference of squares. If you think back to chapter 4, when we had this, the shortcut was a squared minus b squared. You use this method when both terms are perfect. We're going to talk about this. Perfect squares. And the sign in between them is a minus sign. It does not work if that is a plus sign. I use that word perfect square. Perfect squares are 1, 4, 9. So perfect squares are like 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4. What's 3 squared? 9. What's 4 squared? 16, and so on. If you don't know like your squares off the top of your head, learn them. For example, what's 7 squared?
49.
49. What's 9 squared? 81. You should be able to say them that quick. The first problem we have here is a squared minus 81. Anytime you see a variable with a squared like that, it's a perfect square. Is 81 a perfect square?
Yes.
Are they separated by a minus sign?
Yes.
So here's how this works. If you have a squared minus b squared, which means we have 2 perfect squares, they separate to a plus b, a minus b when you factor them. This one would be a plus, what is the square root of 81? What's the number? 9. And the other one is a minus 9. And it's factored and done. If you FOIL that back together, you're going to get what you started with. So these ones, if you can recognize it, it's pretty quick.
It's the little stuff up in the corner that confuses me.
When we do the a times c, well, that's about half the test.
What?
About half the test is the regular factoring involved. Okay, let's look at the next one. We have 49x squared minus 25y squared.
So 49 is 7 times 7.
Is 49 a perfect square?
Yes.
Is x squared a perfect square? Separated by a minus sign. 25 a perfect square?
Yes.
Y squared a perfect square? Yeah, it works. We know they're separated by a plus and a minus. Yeah.
So if they're all perfect squares, we can just...
This method. Yep. What's the square root of 49? So that first part will be 7x for both of them. What's the square root of 25? So these would be 5y. Make sense? Questions on that specific one before we do another one? Yeah.
If it was like the wire,
It wouldn't work.